Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to another episode of Zero Expectations with me, Zero. So today I was browsing around on Omegle, having some fun, talking to some people, and just like trying to help people out. And I got asked a very interesting question today. Why did I start this YouTube channel? So that means today I will probably be uploading two videos. This is the first. Um, if not, I'm sorry. Anyways, um, I will be telling you a little story about myself and why I decided to start this kind of YouTube channel. Once upon a time, at the start of junior year, no, the end of sophomore year, um, some things happened and things I'm not gonna mention. Um, and these events that just kept like one right after another just completely like crushed me. Um, I had stopped eating. Uh, I began cutting, and with no better way to put it, I was extremely suicidal. Um, I listened to a lot of bands, My Chemical Romance, Black Veil Brides, Suicide Silence, bands like that, and they helped for a little while, but eventually it was almost like I had developed a tolerance. Um, and then a friend of mine, she said, well, why don't you check out Brian Stars? And I looked at her and I said, he does interviews. What is he going to do? Obviously, I was wrong, because the more Brian Stars videos I watched, the more I realized, like, they weren't just interviews. He had some support videos out there, too. And of course, upon watching Brian Stars, I also discovered Johnny Gilbert. I had already known who Jordan Sweeto was, um, and then I found Damon. And it's four guys, okay? These guys have no idea that I exist, but they have made one of the biggest impacts in my life. Their support videos are just so inspiring, and the more I watched them, the less I felt the urge to hurt myself. And to this day, whenever I get really, really upset, I turn to them. I have always had this thing for wanting to help. I hate seeing people in pain because I know how they feel and nobody should ever have to feel that way. I really, really want to make a difference through music. Um, and I'm still working on that. I'm getting there, but I'm still working on that one. I'm still working on this too, but it's farther along than my music career. Um, but for the longest time, I didn't like. I had all these ideas. I had all these things I wanted to do, things I wanted to say, things on my mind, things that I had to get out there to prove a point. And for the longest time, I didn't know how to do it. And then one day, I was watching a My Digital Escape video. And then I realized social media controls, controls most of our social interactions. And it holds a lot of power. And I figured I may not ever be as popular as Brian, Johnny, Jordan, or Damon. But that doesn't mean I couldn't make a difference. So I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel. And you'll also learn the origin of the Panda Pirates. When I first began creating the process of this channel, it wasn't really going to be so much as support, but as like good humor videos, so I decided to call it Panda Pirates. And then I realized if you really want to make a difference, you're going to have to get real with these guys. You're going to have to put yourself out there and actually say something. And that's when it changed to zer0 expectations. I still kept Panda Pirates because, well, Panda Pirates and Panda Pirates. Because Panda's in, like, Johnny Depp, so I mean, you know, Panda Pirates. Two of the greatest things ever. By the way, I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. So when I came up with this idea to start this, it wasn't really gonna be as, I don't know what the word is. It wasn't necessarily gonna be full-on inspirational, you know, support videos. But then everybody just kept telling me, you know, you're so insignificant. You're never ever gonna make it. You know, nobody's ever gonna watch these videos. You're doing this all for nothing. You're wasting your time. You're wasting everybody's time. And then I figured if those guys could do it, so could I. And I mean, sure, I may be pretty awkward, but this is something I'm very, very passionate about. So I launched my first official video and immediately followed it with, "Who are you?" I wanted to make a video like that because I have been searching for myself for so long, and it wasn't until I had finally managed to pull myself back together did I know who I was and what I stood for. And this is what I stand for. I stand for you guys. I stand for a better world. I stand for justice. I stand for peace, and I stand for love. And I have something to say. So I turned to the internet. Now sure, right now, as I'm making this video, I only have 18 subscribers. But those are 18 people who are hearing what I have to say. I started this because, well, for one, I want to inspire people. Someday I want somebody to look at me and say, because of you, I never gave up. Because if I was standing face to face with Brian, Johnny, Jordan, and Damon, that is exactly what I would say. Zero Expectations is my paying it forward. 4 people helped me. And now I want to take what I've learned and help others. And a lot of these battles we're going to be fighting together. And you're never going to be alone. Because it doesn't matter if we have 18 subscribers or 1,800 subscribers. We are a family. That's why I started this YouTube channel. Because I want to make a difference. Even if it's just in one person's life. And so now I'm going to tell you. Because I know inside of each and every one of you watching this, part of you wants to make a difference. But part of you is afraid to speak up and to let your voice be heard. But you don't have to be afraid. Because there's always going to be somebody there who's going to listen to you. And even if it's just that one person, that could start a movement, a revolution. It could change the world. Everybody talks about wanting to change the world. Everybody talks about wanting a better place. But you have to be that difference. You have to make that change. You have to stand up and you have to speak out. These 4 guys spoke up. Along with so many others. There's no reason why we can't. Because together we really can change the world. You can do a lot by yourself. But together, you can move mountains. And that's what I want to do. I want to be the change I want to see. That's why I started this channel. Because 4 guys unknowingly gave me the courage to speak up and to be heard. And I hope you can find that courage too. That being said, be sure to like and subscribe to become a Panda Pirate today. You can follow me on Twitter at @expecting0, as well as on Instagram at @0_expectations. Also, follow Beautiful Silence 5 on Twitter. She promotes anti-bullying. We all have a voice, and it's time we make it heard. Don't stand for the facts. Stay strong. Wait, yeah, rock on. And as always, you guys, peace, love, Panda Pirates.